Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. As always, please kindly say hello in the chat so I know that you're here, and please drop a like as it will help me with the views. Also, as always, before we commence, you can join my Patreon private group by following this link in the chat. Uh, Basically, on my private Patreon group, we have all the market updates. We have the million spreadsheet with the exact entries and the coins where I buy and what amount I buy with and what percentage. We have the exits and the targets. We also have the 5200X coins and the $99 tier where I do excessive research on these coins, and they all have their take profit and trailing take profit and stop losses and entries and amount that I bought with basically detailed information. As always, if you're a patron, you have questions, you can DM me. Sometimes it will take me a few hours to get to you because there are thousands of students. So you'll have to bear with me, but I will always get to you. Otherwise, please kind of put a like. Before we commence, we're going to talk about what's going on in the market. Just recently, it seems like about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we had one of the coins in our portfolio, XRP, pumped to 90 cents. The reason being because, thank goodness, we got some good news out of the lawsuit saying that basically XRP is no longer a security, which really pumped the price, and was listed on big exchanges. By the way, Groot is here, so hi to everyone. Groot. Yeah, so it was either relisted or listed in many exchanges, which is very good for the future price of XRP in the future, the euphoria phase in the market, when everything is pumping, basically. Other than that, I'm glad to see that what we expected with XRP has happened. When there was a lot of hype around 90 cents saying that we're about to pump straight to like $10 or $5 or $50, our expectations with our Patreon members were that we're going to correct to the 50 zone, anywhere from 51 cents, to 59 cents. XRP currently is 58 cents, so it's in the zone. I'm happy to see that. I'm not buying XRP here. As you well know, I'll only be dollar cost averaging at new lows. And also, as I promised, what we'll be doing is that we will be doing a live trading challenge, basically, where I will be taking $30,000 only if prices go low enough. If prices don't go low enough, I will not be doing this. But if prices do go low enough, what I mean by that is basically we see 30s again and lower, basically the DCAing range, I'll be taking $30,000 and recording live and doing everything live and showing you every single trade of how we're going to turn basically $30,000 into $100,000 swing trading, and we're also then going to turn the $100,000 into like a $500,000 or something. That's going to take a while. It's going to take like 2 to 3 years probably. But I just want to show people how it's done, and basically my Patreon members will have access to it. Once again, if XRP goes low enough, you will see how easy trading actually is if it's done correctly. Swing trading, because I don't day trade, and after huge crashes, I don't really trade often either, because I believe that you miss out on the majority of the move. Because all you have to do is buy after huge crashes and wait for the huge pumps to come. But once again, since many people want to know how I trade, I'm going to be showing them how it's done. Since my students want to know, I'll be showing them live how I trade and what I do, and how you can basically turn $30,000 into hundreds of thousands of dollars. It'll be recorded live so people will see that's all real. Let's see. Yeah, because 90% of traders in the markets consistently lose money, so only 10% succeed. And I'll be showing you how I've been able to be the 10% consistently. What else? Bitcoin has corrected slightly recently. Still stuck in a range there's been at for a very long time. Same thing with Ethereum. It corrected, Bitcoin corrects, also the market corrects. Also is always more volatile, so they're reacting more dramatically. They pump harder than Bitcoin, many of those, and they also dump harder than Bitcoin, many of those. So nothing major is happening in the markets. As I keep saying, that 80% of the time in the crypto market, we're just waiting. We're either waiting for the price to crash hard enough and give us the right prices to enter, or we're waiting for the for the pumps to come and for the pumps to be big enough for us to start taking profits. So that's what we do 80% of the time, pretty much nothing. The other 20%, 10% of the time we're buying and 10% of the time we're selling. So 80% of the time you do nothing, 20% of the time you either buy or sell. So that's pretty much the secret to success in crypto. The problem is that a lot of people really get lost in that 80% zone. They start either over trading, uh, or they start basically, I don't know, they forget about crypto. They lose interest. They don't dollar cost average when supposed to. They lose faith. And they make a lot of basically different mistakes that don't end well for them. Um, so yeah, nothing major happening in crypto. As I said, very often in these, that's the thing with macro investing, right? That the macro outlook is so big that nothing massive is happening. And most of the time, it takes a while for something huge to happen. As you well know, in crypto, we have long, boring ranges for a very long time until we have a sudden move upwards or downwards. And all we do during these boring phases, we just wait to see whether or not the downward movement was good enough, and give us the right entries. If not, we do nothing. If the entries are good enough and market is crashing enough, we do execute and buy. And if the movement has been an upwards move, we see once again if the move was good enough for us to take profits. If it was, we take profits. If not, once again, we do nothing. Very straightforward and simple, but for some reason, a lot of people mess it up, I guess, because a lot of emotion is involved, because, like your life is like kind of like on the line, because unfortunately in this world, you do have to have money to, pay for things in your life. So, yeah. Other than that, let's say hello to everyone. Let's see what people are saying. Rainy Steps, hello, brother. How are you doing? Captain Kurt, good to see you. Hope you're well in Florida. Awesome is here saying, hi, Rob. Kurt at my 9 to 5, but double dipping listening to you in my 5 to 9 p.m. Well done, brother. What you do during 5 to 9 is what matters, after the 9 to 5. So well done. I've been there also. I worked 9 to 5 for years. Now I'm financially free. I've retired. I can. That must be my delivery. Just a second. My apologies. My apologies, my friends. Did the guy open the door? Looks like he did not open the door. Please excuse me. That's just my delivery. Excuse me, my friends. Excuse me. This is family life for you. When this is when what it becomes once you're a father and a husband. Before, when I was basically a bachelor, life was much simpler. But now, you have to kind of do a lot more stuff. One of the things happening right after my wife is putting our daughter to bed so she can have her evening nap. So yeah, unfortunately, Vicky woke up. She had to put her to bed while I was doing the live. So it is what it is. Anyway, awesome. Yeah, that's what I was saying. International Crypto Asset Ninja. Such a beautiful day. Welcome back. Good to see you here, brother. Luciano Limani is saying, hi, Rob. I've seen you on CT sometimes doubting bull run in 2024, 2025 due to the world macroeconomy. Just a moment, yes. Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you.
Have a good day. I'm terribly sorry. Sorry, guys, if you can hear me, I'm terribly sorry. Once again, the timing for everything was terribly bad. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. Yeah, terribly sorry for that, my friends. Everybody's still here. Sorry about that. So, where was I? Let's see. So, Luciano Limoni saying, hi, Rob. I've seen your city, blah, blah, blah. Recession. Do you have thoughts on that? My thoughts are, brother, that basically as long as the high lows hold, we're going to have the roughly 4-year cycle, give or take. Currently, every indicator, everything, shows that that's what's going to happen. If not, 15K Bitcoin doesn't hold, cycles are going to lengthen. Nothing scary about that. We have those targets on our Lonia spreadsheet, which is going to follow our plan. Dollar cost average, and all we're going to have to do is wait. longer than anticipated for the 40 phase to hit. But everything applies. We'll follow the strategy, dollar cost average, diversify, and wait. So just the waiting then will be longer. Nobody can say 100% whether or not that's going to happen. Neither can I. But whatever happens, the point is to follow the strategy. So right now everything seems fine though. Higher lows are being respected, and that's the best indicator to see whether or not the macro ascending channel is intact, which many people refer to as the bull market. Currently is intact. Groot, stop doing that, buddy. Groot, no, stop doing that, buddy. So yeah. Awesome saying, as an XRP holder that got the airdrop, can you do an exit strategy for Flare? Awesome. I don't know. I'm not like, the thing is, I'm just not that interested in Flare and Songbird. I don't know. Well, if many Patreon members will request it, I'll do it, of course, because I always want to do well by my members. But like, I'm just really not interested in either Flare or Songbird. I know that basically a lot of people are into it because of the airdrop, because they got it for free basically for holding XRP. I'm just not big on it, you know what I mean? Of course it can do well, but these are not the projects that I'm accumulating, looking at. So yeah, but once again, if you're a Patreon member and you also want me to do an exit strategy on Flare, so let me know on Patreon. Send me a DM today saying, please do an exit strategy on Flare. Just send that message. I'll see how many people send me that. We have thousands of students, so if it's like, I don't know, hundreds of students ask for that, I will deliver. At your service, my friends. But yeah, right now, basically, let's stay patient for now. As always, we have to stay patient. We saw basically the market react pretty much exactly the same, like the way we expected it to react. Nothing new has happened because in the macro ranges, nothing. It takes a long time for something new to develop. Not interested in buying any coins here. What I'm currently doing is holding the coins that were accumulated. Some of the entries with small caps are at a loss, which is normal. Once again, we discussed earlier. But most of the entries are at the profit in the million spreadsheet. When we're buying Bitcoin below 20K and Ethereum under 1K and XRP at 35 cents, all that good stuff, basically. XLM at 7 cents and like 12 cents, was it? Or I don't remember exact entries, but you get the point, basically. And so the majority of the portfolio is in decent profit. Everything is okay. Even if it's not going to be in profit, that doesn't matter. This volatility is irrelevant. And if we see new lows and our targets are hit, that's where we're going to get dollar cost average, basically, and add to our bags. If that doesn't happen, it really doesn't matter. Whether or not Bitcoin goes to 20K before it bounces higher. The reason being, yeah, of course, the problem with that will be that a high low is not being respected. The point I'm trying to make is in terms of what we do when a market does something, how do we react, right? We either buy or sell or do nothing. So with 20K, we would do nothing. And if it goes to under 15K and we see like 12K and below 10K, then we'll do something and start dollar cost averaging again. Same with like Ethereum. If it goes below like $890, basically if it goes below $800, we'll start looking into Ethereum again. Again, and XRP will be looking from the 5 cent to the 35 cent region. Currently, the prices are not good enough to buy or sell. We just hold what we have and we wait for the market to mature and develop. Very important not to overtrade here. One of the main reasons basically why people also lose money is because people force entry since they need the money now or they want the profits now. They basically get caught up in all these trading groups or like what they see stuff on Twitter, basically of influencers posting their winners but never posting their losers. So they think that basically they're going to do just as well, not knowing that they're being lied to. So that's exactly what I'm saying right now. Why I've been consistent with profits. Why I've been doing well in the crypto space is because, first of all, I invest with the majority of my money, and when it comes to trading, I only swing trade, and I only swing trade when I get excellent entries. The number one key with trading is only trade when you have excellent entries. You have to be like a patient sniper. You have to lie there still. Look through the scope, and if you get the perfect moment where you can pull the trigger, you pull the trigger. If you don't, you let it go. So that's why I just said earlier on in this live, just when we started, that if we get the opportunity and XRP goes significantly lower, I will take 30K and record live for all the Patreon members how we're going to turn 30K into 100K swing trading and then 100K into like $500,000 within 2 to 3 years. because that's how it long it takes. At least that's how it long takes for me. I don't know about others. So without using leverage, by the way, I don't ever use leverage, and I don't short. So without shorting either, just basically swing trading the market, with spot entries without any leverage. Well, I think that's amazing. If you're able to turn 30K into like half a mil in 2 to 3 years, I think those results are amazing. And basically, if we get low entries for XRP and it does crash further, I'll show you exactly how that's done live. So yeah, let's see what you're saying, my friends. My friend Thomas Gordon is here. Good to see you here. Creative Works is saying, hi, Rob. Do you see any possibility of new all-time highs for Bitcoin before the end of the year? Thanks. No, Creative Works, I do not. So yeah, let's discuss the title. We're basically, when I use these titles, I do explain that I use clickbait titles and I quote what people are saying. So basically, I do not believe that we're about to see a $10 XRP in every single live that we've been doing with the clickbait titles. It may seem like, because of the clickbait title, like I believe in the $10 coming soon. But once you press on the clickbait title and you see the content, what I tell you every single time is that I do not believe in a $10 XRP soon. I have no problem with the price prediction per se, just that it's soon. So it's not happening soon. It's not happening this year, in my opinion. I do not believe in the $250,000 Bitcoin this year. I do not believe in a new all-time high for Bitcoin this year. And I do not believe in a new all-time high for Ethereum this year. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. What happens if I'm wrong? As I always said, since timeframes are only a secondary metric and my number one metric are percentages, that just means that I'll be happier to be proven wrong and I'll get out of the market in accordance with my ROI percentages and strategy sooner than I thought I would. Same with my members. But I highly doubt that I'm wrong. In the last cycle, one of the reasons why I got out with the trailing take profits and started selling and get it out is because I did stick to the rough timeframes I was expecting. And while everybody was saying that we're still going to a 250K, I was saying, like, percentage wise and time frame wise, because when those two align and it makes sense, they click together. It's very important, something you should pay attention to, and that's exactly what happened in the last cycle. So it looked like, in accordance with the historic data, more or less the cycle was coming to completion. Percentage wise, we had the profits that we wanted. It looked like laggards were just, coins that did not deliver. And I was like, all right, it's time to call it a day. It's time to pack it up and leave, get out and leave the party before, it turns sour. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, in accordance with historic timeframes, I just do not see how that's possible. I hope to be proven wrong. I really hope I'll be proven wrong, but I'm pretty sure I will not be proven wrong. I do not see any new all-time highs for any blue chips this year. Do be aware of the fact that basically, if you believe that what a lot of content creators and influencers are saying out there, that basically Bitcoin is going to hit $250,000 this year and XRP is going to hit $10 this year, that it's supposed to happen in 4 months. Yeah, keep that in mind. I highly doubt that's going to happen. But you already see, by the way, that these influencers who are proposing the 200 and the 250 or 280 or 300K Bitcoin this year, or the ones who are proposing it since the beginning of this year, since we're already 8 months in, nearly 9 months in already into this cycle, into this year, into this year, you'll see that they're now slowly transitioning and proposing the idea of this being next year. And then what you'll see is, if it doesn't happen next year, and I don't think it'll happen next year either, they'll start proposing the idea that is going to happen the year after that. The year after that, that's when I believe it's going to happen. Like I keep saying, that I believe in roughly 2025, as long as high lows hold, and as long as basically we do not see new lows for Bitcoin. And that's what I believe is going to happen. That in roughly 2025, we're going to see those crazy pumps, euphoria phase, and crazy blow off tops and huge profits. So just pay attention to the fact that these price targets, since the year is already coming to its end, just notice what's being said. Like, once somebody posts a tweet like that, somebody asks them a question, you'll see the answers, right? Read what the person answered. Then they answer, yeah, if it doesn't happen this year, maybe we'll just in the beginning of next year. If it doesn't happen in the beginning of next year, well, they'll tell you in the beginning of next year, well, maybe in the middle of this year. If it doesn't happen in the middle of next year, well, maybe at the end of the year. I've been at the crypto for a very long time, my friends. A lot of you have been here for a very long time too, and it's just not the way it works. I would generally say, do not put timeframes on it. Just understand that cycle takes years to develop. Currently, we've had more or less 4-year cycles, or cycles have been like one of the two theories, right? We'll see which one is more predominant. So far, what we can say factually is this: that 4-year cycles worked the last time and it seems to be working right now. Like, we expected Bitcoin to crash roughly 80% in roughly 400 days. That's what happened. You open the million spreadsheet, those are like the first sentences you read there. That's what happened. It crashed roughly 80%, 78% to be exact, in 376 days, nearly 400 days, right? So since then, we've been building higher highs and higher lows. So yeah, everything seems intact. Stocks and stock indexes seem to be making higher highs and higher lows, and it's very important for them to breach all-time highs. Once we see stock indexes like the Nasdaq and the Dow break all-time highs and make new all-time highs, that's a very important event, because then I'll be very confident that Bitcoin is going to breach its all-time high, and many alts will follow and pump much harder than both traditional markets and Bitcoin. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I guess that's the only thing that worries me, that we still haven't breached the all-time highs on the stock indexes. So I look forward to that. As for the Bitcoin halving event, that's not relevant to me. I do not care about that. I know that a lot of people try to basically, propose that the 4-year cycle theory doesn't work because it's based on Bitcoin halvings. I don't believe the 4-year cycle has anything to do with the Bitcoin halving. I personally believe the Bitcoin halving event is irrelevant, right? And I keep saying it's roughly 4 years, or market cycles are lengthened. So you kind of have to be realistic and not put hardcore timeframes on it. Like I said, we always work with rough estimates, right? Like, for example, even with our entries, it doesn't exactly have to be, for example, an 80% entry on the coin. It can be a 75% entry or an 85% drop from all-time high, right? As long as it's somewhere there. It doesn't need to be exactly 4 years. It can be maybe 3.5 years, or 4 years and 8 months, the cycle, right? You get my point. Rough estimates are good enough, and as long as you allow that to be a part of your investment strategy, you do a lot better than if you want hardcore precision. Precision is only required when you're trading, and especially if you're day trading, which I don't do. Very rarely do I do that, and now I haven't been doing it for a while. So swing trading, it allows, even swing trading allows for much more leeway. You don't have to do it perfectly. So, for example, even if XRP would, for example, if we were looking, let's say, for an entry at XRP for like 30 cents, I'll probably already buy some at 35 cents. And then if it went to 25 cents, just buy some there also, and basically kind of dollar cost average that to like 30 cents, right? So you don't need perfection when you're swing trading, because what you're looking for is much bigger moves. So once it pumps back to like 50 or 52 cents or 60 cents, you just sell and you make a great profit. Of course, that's going to take a while. It can take to execute that swing trade. It can take you like 9 months. That's very possible. That's something that has happened to me before. So yeah, let's see what you're saying, my friends. Z Truth is saying, I missed those great prices, so I can't afford to now buy here in case this is the bottom. Z Truth, my friend, I mean this with utmost respect. I try to be a very kind individual, and I try to be at the same time a very realistic individual. And sometimes it's very often it's hard to do both at the same time. But I say this with utmost respect, care, and love. You are what we would refer to as a late market participant. You're still not in it, like, you're nowhere near like the last phase, but you have missed the accumulation phase with some of these coins. I would not force entries on a lot of these coins. That's what I can say. For example, I would definitely not buy Bitcoin here because it's only roughly 60% below its all-time high, so it's not in the accumulation phase. Now there's Ethereum or XRP. They're not down enough from their all-time highs. So what you're doing is called forcing entries, which doesn't end well, usually, statistically, mathematically speaking. You can still buy other coins and start dollar cost averaging into other coins. If you're interested in what I think, you can join the Patreon. This million spreadsheet literally costs $5, only $5. The whole point was to make sure that everybody can afford it. And you can see in that list which coins I have selected and what the entries are. Some of these entries can still be executed on certain coins. Other coins, like, for example, Ethereum and Bitcoin, are goners and you can't execute there. I personally will not be forcing entries here. That's my 2 cents on the matter, my friend. So yeah. Z-Truth also, why did you miss out? I wonder. I would also just would like to know why you missed out. Did you miss out because you believed in the 12K narrative. There's nothing wrong with believing in 12K Bitcoin. I believe it can go there or lower. All I'm saying is that were you waiting for 12K to enter without dollar cost averaging? Because that's one of the problems that a lot of people make mistakes with, right? Which is why, for example, we started dollar cost averaging with Bitcoin after 70% drop, roughly 80% drop, and then once again, we are at dollar cost average, it has to be roughly a 90% drop. So that means that Bitcoin would have to go below 10K for us to dollar cost average. My point I'm trying to make is, why did you miss out? Was that the reason? Because that's why a lot of people miss out, because that's the problem with perma bears and doom boys. They always call for lower and lower prices and keep bringing their targets lower and lower and lower without dollar cost averaging after huge crashes, because they try to catch the bottom, and you should never try to catch the bottom. And that's the problem with moon boys. They do the same thing in euphoria phase, where they keep raising the price. And eventually the coin never pumps there. They keep increasing the price and never take profits, and the coins don't pump forever, and then everything crashes and they're done for, right? Because they're trying to catch the top. So the lesson there is never try to catch the bottom or the top. Simply wait for huge major crashes, start dollar cost averaging multiple amounts of money at new lows only. And once you see huge pumps, start letting take profits for all of your coins. And if a take profit is hit, you get fully out of the coin, and you only buy back after huge crashes once again, without rotating your profits into laggers. Very simple strategy, works beautifully, changed my life. Crypto Card is saying, I done 10x last bull run, hoping for much more with your $99 tier coins. Crypto Card, 10x is not bad, brother. I've done a lot more, but 10x is very good. And thank you very much for being part of the $99 tier. As I said, absolutely. Some of the coins in $99 tier are going to deliver exceptional returns. Some of them are going to go to zero. Some of them are going to do okay. But the whole point of the $99 tier strategy is that, in combined all together, if you just accept that some are going to go to zero, the ones that perform exceptionally well, they're really going to bring up your portfolio and deliver crazy profits altogether. Very easy. Hydroponics says, just tuning in. What's up? Hey there, brother. Good to see you. Oh, my friend Boo Mansour is here. Mansour, where you been, brother? I don't think I've seen you for a long time. Where you been? Dan Keo saying, hi, Rob. Great to catch your live stream again. What do you think the overall crypto market cap will be for the next bull run? Thanks. Well, that's very difficult to predict, my friend. That's very difficult to predict. It's obviously going to be in the trillions, but let's not venture to predict that just yet. We'll look at it as the market develops. I would rather stick to percentages of what coins can do and fractals and probabilities, respectively, brother, because that's quite a challenging question. I try not to blurt anything out just off the top of my head, just to give you an answer. Me, before I give an answer, I always try to back it up with facts, math, percentages, and probabilities and historical data. So if I am to answer that, I would have to, make sure that I prepare well for the answer that is based on something, not just some claptrap. Zichu is saying, I missed out because I held too long and lost all my money. And it took a while to get back in, and I'm a base level member. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sorry to hear that that you held too long and lost money. That's the beautiful thing that we're going to be doing this cycle that I was doing last cycle, is that once the big pumps come, we'll be sending trailing take profits for every single coin out there. And even if our targets are not hit, it guarantees that we're going to get out with great profits. And that's the beautiful thing about the strategy. Now, you have to understand that not all, and maybe even many price targets will not be hit. But what I do promise is that I'm going to make great returns either way. Once again, thanks to the trailing take profits. Boo Mansour says, I'm in Abu Dhabi, following you since 2018. My brother, is awesome to see you here. You've been here in Abu Dhabi since 2018. That's amazing. I mean, life has, sent me to different locations since 2018. Now I'm, situated in Dubai. As you know, I live here. So yeah, my friends, remember, don't force entries. Be patient. Do keep in mind facts over feelings. Remember, just recently at 90 cents, when many people with large followings were screaming that we're about to see $10 and $5 and $50 or $100. This year, I was saying that we're going to see a correction to 51 to the 59 cent zone. This is where we're currently. We're in that zone because we're at 58 cents. I'm not interested in buying in this zone. Like I said, I bought XRP much lower, therefore I do not need to buy these prices. Why would I buy higher than where I bought? Makes no sense. Absolutely, that's not my strategy. Other than that, what else can I say? If you really want to buy some coins, do join my $99 tier. They're currently like, I believe, 29 gems. You can get the full list. Every single coin has a separate post explaining why I bought the coin, the amount of money I used to buy the coin, my entry, what my take profit is, how I'm going to ladder out with certain percentages out of every single coin, what the trailing take profit is going to be for every single coin, where the coins can be bought on what exchanges. And of course, if you have questions, you can always DM me and I'll answer them. I do extensive research on these gems before I buy them. And even then, you have to understand that some of them are going to go to zero and some pump very, very well. But yeah, those gems can still be bought, a lot of them, because they're very volatile and they're either small caps or mid caps. As for the blue chips in the Millennium spreadsheet, there are entries that you can execute, but there are already coins that have left the accumulation phase. Therefore, do not force entries. Remain patient and true to the plan. Let's see. What else should I mention? We're just going to let the market mature and develop and basically follow the flow of the market. We can't control what the market does. It's basically the market is like, like the ocean. You can't control the ocean, but you can become a skillful sailor, who can find treasure, basically a treasure cove somewhere, or like an island with a pirate treasure, you get basically the point. So that's exactly what we are doing. We cannot control the market, but we can become very good at sailing the market, and knowing what to do and how to do it. Please kind of put a like while you're here, my friends. Boom source has question about stop loss. When to stop loss small percentage and when to do 100% stop loss. But what I mean, my friend, is like I said, currently I'm not trading. If we go much lower, for example, with XRP, we'll not be using stop losses, by the way, if we get our entries, because I'm confident that the entries I'm going to have, that eventually they'll result in great profits in swing traders. So we'll not be using the stop losses. What we're referring to in the market in the euphoria phase, if that's what you're asking, brother, about the take profits and the so-called stop losses, because they're not stop losses. Stop losses basically, it's like, when you go negative and they prevent further losses. The take profit works in a way, for example, let's say coin is up 1,000%, your take profit is at 500% from your entry. In case it retraces, if it's hit, you fully get out, right? Therefore, you don't have to guess the top. You make a great profit either way. The way that it works is going to work individually differently for every single coin. In a $99 tier, every single coin has those retracement levels. I've sat there and looked at the charts for a very long time, compared them to other fractals on the coins I've pumped hard before to give those trading take profits. Once we in the euphoria phase, I'll be recording videos and explaining how these take profits are going to be executed. As for all the coins in the Millennium spreadsheet, as you well know, the trailing take profits are not in the Millennium spreadsheet, because what I want to do is I want to wait for the euphoria phase to hit, for the market to pump hard enough. Because how can you guarantee that you still get out with great profit? If you start setting trailing take profits too early, you're going to get out too early and not make a great profit either way, right? So we're going to wait for euphoria phase to hit. I'm going to wait for the market to pump hard enough, and then I'm going to add the trailing take profits for every single coin in the Millennium spreadsheet. And if that take profit is going to be hit, the rule is that you have to fully get out, not just with 10%, but with 100% of the coin whose take profit has been hit. And if there are further pumps, you ignore further pumps, and you only buy back after major crashes once again, like 80, 90, and 95% crashes. You do not rotate those profits into other coins or so-called laggards, which are statistically much more likely to be underperformers of the market. My friend Draco Magnus is here saying, "Hey Rob, how are you, brother? Fam, good. Groot also cool the pup. Yeah, brother. He was just here at the beginning of the live. It was a little bit hectic, so basically I had a delivery man come with our dinner, and so yeah, had to get up, and Groot was with me in my hands. It's been a hectic day once again. Yesterday was hectic. Today is hectic. Basically, being a crypto father is a hectic life. As much as I love it, I'm a very lucky man. I love it. I just mean that it is a hectic lifestyle. It's okay, brother. You get to see Groot next time. He's hiding somewhere right now, probably just napping. Because it's nap time for Vicky. My wife went to put her to bed. So yeah. Please kind of put a like while you're here, my friends. So yeah, my friends, do you have any questions? Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you have any commentary? Um, uh, be, Besides that, as I said, do not force entries. Let them the entries come to you. Do not chase green candles. Do not FOMO into green candles. Keep in mind that the people who FOMO into, once again, Bitcoin at 32K are currently at the loss. Keep in mind that people who FOMO into XRP at 90 cents are currently at the loss. And keep in mind that the people who follow this charter strategy and we're accumulating these coins in the accumulation phase are still at the profit. We are, because we're buying much lower. So if we're to buy again, we'll need to buy. We're only to buy at much lower prices. Uh, Draco saying, I need to ask something. I remember you said in the past that after the tops, when we exit, we wait for the crashes, but you had the technique to buy again and sell. Draco, I'm not quite sure when there are those small corrections on the way down. Draco, what do you mean, my friend? You're talking about XLM. You're probably talking about XLM the last cycle, right? So, like I said, I'm trading a lot less, and what we're dealing here right now are two very different things, right? So, if you're referring to basically trading bounces on the way down and basically in a bear market in a basically descending channel, that's fine because you know the coins altogether got to drop like roughly 85%, 95%. These altcoins like XLM, for example, right? So as long as they're not down much from the all-time high, you can play the bounces and pocket these profits, and keep waiting for the market to crash further. Still a very dangerous activity. You have to know what you're doing. But on the way upwards, we can't do that. For the reasons that I explained, for the strategy that we have, right? You can't do that on the way upwards. You cannot do that basically in a moment when we transition from the so-called bear market to the so-called bull market. Basically, we have to follow the strategy and let the market develop. And so, yeah, I hope I answered that, brother. So basically, those are two different things, right? If you're playing bounces uh, in a downward movement in a basic macro descending channel, which people refer to as a bear market, or if you're playing the bounces in a macro ascending channel in the bull market, two very different things. Because essentially, what you're going to do is basically buying the dip, right, in the bull market, and we do not buy dips. No dip buying. So yeah. Yes, Draco, exactly. Like they drop 40%, they go up 20%, they go down more 50%, go up 30% until they hit 55 to 95% full crash. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're doing basically with the XLM. In the last cycle, that was the coin I traded the most. In this cycle, the coin we traded the most was Link, with much smaller swings. If you're a patient member, you probably saw all the Link trades that we had. We'll stop doing that for now because once again, coins are down a lot and I don't want to miss the majority of the move. But I just did mention in the beginning of this video, as I tweeted before also on Twitter, that if and only if XRP crashes much further and we get some great entries, I'll be taking 30K, like $30,000 roughly, and trading that to $100,000 and then eventually into $500,000 in 2 to 3 years. We'll be doing it, recording it live on Patreon so that all members can follow and see exactly how it's done. Yeah, Draco, when the bear attacks. Yes. Currently, we're not doing that right now, though, brother, because once again, a lot of coins are down a lot. XRP is going to be the only exception because a lot of people want to trade, and the best way I can trade is with XRP. So currently, I believe that will be the easiest coin to trade if it does crash further. Once again, I'll be doing with a tiny fraction of my portfolio because 30K is a tiny fraction of my portfolio. Draco, I get it borrow 300 USD. Fabian raises saying, do you think we'll hit all-time high with XRP this year? No, Fabian, I do not think that XRP will hit an all-time high this year. I highly doubt it. I do not think so, no. I believe it will hit an all-time high eventually, but not this year. In the euphoria phase, when other coins are pumping and the market is pumping. All right, my friends, please kind of put a like. Thank you very much for joining. Remember all the rules. Remember to stick to the strategy. We're 40 minutes in, so I'm going to go eat. I'm hungry. Well, I'm going to have my dinner. I'll catch up with you on Patreon and Twitter, and I'll catch you on the live tomorrow. Thank you. Please put a like, and bye-bye.